What's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house. I want to really look at the past buyouts for Shaddolls to really get a feel for where these buyouts are going to go overall. So we start with El Shaddoll Construct, which is still really high up there for the ultimate rare, and it makes somewhat sense because she's a fan favorite, and she's been released in the OCG, so there's hope that one day we might get her ourselves. So pretty ridiculous price point on her already. Can't really imagine where it goes up to if it gets released. 50 for a bit before coming back down towards this. Shaddoll Fusion got a couple volleys of buyouts during Dino Dolls being a thing in the meta, and Winda of course went up with this, but they both got reprints. So now people looking around thinking, where can I sink my money in? And Annoytilus is at $18 and Shekanaga Ulti is at $16. Let that sink in for a bit. I personally do not think this is worth the money, and eBay sellers already agree. $15, and I think it'll continue to drip, where we also see $12. So I think these prices, as long as people aren't buying and you have hungry sellers who are actually getting cards and trying to list them and make a sale, will keep undercutting each other. But there's not the most quantity, and we could see secondary volleys of buyouts on this trying to keep it up here. I just don't think it'll be that successful. But if you guys think for some reason that these cards are important, that there's an upcoming format where they're going to be needed, especially if Construct came off the list, let me know. I'm just personally not seeing the bigger picture here with their use. Annoytilus kind of serves a purpose that Dimensional Barrier does in a lot of senses, because that can stop rituals. Never ritual hype. It's not that, obviously. But yeah, I feel like it's just kind of the victims of, hey, there weren't a lot of these. I don't think they'll get replenished. Highest rarity and one of a kind. Let's go ahead and get it. So I'd love to actually see maybe Annoytilus get some random kind of reprint, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. Now, a card I would personally invest in that I've talked about on the Patreon is the Shaddoll Fusion Secret Rares from Shadows in Valhalla, 75 cents. If Construct does peel off the list, the mad scramble for this card will likely result in it eventually being taken off the market. So you can see all these top-rated sellers going lower towards the dollar mark. Dollars ain't bad. I could easily see these going 3 to 5 should Construct peel off, just among the hype as we've seen with other fan favorite decks. Most fans should already have their copies, but Construct coming off could bring players back to the game that were just sleeping on these formats, especially if it's powerful hitting the meta. So this is what I would personally get playsets of right now. Probably have around 9 to 18 of, actually, with how cheap it is. Pretty good investment for what it is. And yeah, you're always gambling with a ban list. Always. There, even if it's happened in the OCG. We still don't have Necros. We still don't have Shadolls. And it could be a very long time, if ever, when we do see this power on back up with Construct. Another thing that you guys keep asking me about, and I have kind of two thoughts on this, are where will all the Time Maiden stuff go? The Valkyries. We got these anime cards. They're awesome. We waited forever. And they're getting more support soon. I think it takes way too much to fix this deck. We need more normal summonable monsters. It suffers from UA syndrome, and it just doesn't have that consistency going for it currently. It would take a lot to fix the deck, and I don't know if we're getting just one card like Neos or multiple, but I think it takes a lot. Now, it's pretty well priced for something that's so anime-like-esque and there was so much excitement coming out with the set. So it is relatively low price for what it's at now. So yes, I would pick it up sooner than later. I don't see, short printed cards going much lower, especially Rite of the Valkyries and Mischief. But you are looking still at a relatively expensive portion for an anime deck. Upcoming support can be really hype if it is that good. And I feel like there's just too much of this ripped open also, though, for Ash Blossom. So many people ripped open Shadows in Valhalla, hoping to get multiple Ashes. Of course, it was 10 per case-ish, and so you do have a lot of this floating around despite the shorter prints, and that's why it's so low. Will it go up? It's not like Legendary Duelist, where there's not a ton of this out there. Shadows in Valhalla was ripped the heck open. So I do think if you're going to get it, sooner than later, if you are scared, there will be real hype from those cards. If you're getting it just to resell, Probably not. I would be getting this if you're a fan and you're scared of it, because you're still gambling on what Konami R&D will do with the cards, and see if they really do push this. Or, you know, it's really just up to if you're a fan of it, in my opinion. I do think it has the potential to go way up if the cards are busted. That's all it comes down to. Also, talking about the Patreon, showing you just something real quick. GCD showed this off in his Gar Dragon Crusadia, and it's absolutely necessary, he says in the deck. Just kind of a bold comment to go around and look for as you're making your orders that I would get, you know, sooner than later. This could one day be a staple combo piece, and a deck like that can set up 3 negates, not looking at Firewall or Is Sold or cards like that. So being able to set up 3 negate boards without any of those might have implications due to future F and L list. Be sure to pick these out of your packs, save them up, know where they are, that sort of thing. Just have your copy ready, or copies, depending on how you want to play. Boral Sword has been baby bumping up, and I've noticed this on TCG Player, almost towards 67, so kind of trending towards that $70 mark, whereas on eBay, still towards 65. My thoughts on this are, Flood is old. This is only going to get more rare. I don't like it as much as Borolo Dragon, but Borolo Dragon's way more available. I feel like it's up for reprint season at some point. But yeah, Cybernetic Horizon has been holding, Flood has been holding relatively well. Just those 2 sets that are guaranteed, we weren't going to be in the Megatons, we're flexing. And now it's like, well, Wins Gold Series, that could be coming back. We see that there's other things that could obviously be reprinted in before the WCQ season. But people gotta play Yu-Gi-Oh! Now rather than later. You got events coming up, and for now, it's definitely going to hold its price as one of the best OTK enablers that you can somewhat generically summon with 3+ effect monsters. I want to talk about our collector's market real quick. Berserk Gorilla, IOC. I have to go all the way to the 5th page to find the first near my... Oh, wait. 5th page? Nope, not close enough. Gotta go all the way to the 6th page. $3.53, so kind of headed towards $5. This is kind of just one of those GOAT format tech cards, and we see it over here on eBay. Oh, you're gone for near mints, huh? Just an $8 here from a top rated. My opinion on this is IOC is an insane set. Somebody brought this to my attention, and I just think IOC is an insane set in general. Very historic to the game. Sealed product of it, cost a lot, and it's one of those cards that's just going to get harder to find first edition over time. So if you care about GOAT format, I would probably get this sooner than later. I don't see it really flooding back to the market anytime soon. But if you don't care about that originality, you're not a slave to that. We have plenty of other copies, like the DR2 version. We do see it available around the same price, but then we also see the shatter foils. Nothing's basically free. You can take it. They want you to take it. So it's just my opinion that this collector's market is going so haywire. It's going so crazy. And I want to know what you guys think when even old rares like this that aren't necessarily symbolic go crazy like this. Yes, Berserk really had its time in the game as like a force to be reckoned with, but it's in like a secondary part of a past format that's not even official that people enjoy. Like, do you think this is where it's going too far? First edition rare, highest rarity. Like, to me, that's a little crazy. I'd love to actually see a super rare of this card, if anything. But where do you think our collector's market's headed on older, like, niche cards similar to this? Like, the DR2 version makes way more sense to me. But first, that original Berserk Gorilla, I didn't think I'd see the day. But here we are. Medhi on the Time Lord. I thought you were invincible to a Simo video hyping your prices with Battles of Legend, Relentless Revenge having you so cheap and nice. Well, first at Originals, speaking of collectory markets and people needing to hollow out their decks after a Simo shoutout. Let's see where you land, not on the 2nd page. All right. Are you $8.15 now versus that market price of $5? And you might say, well, John, those are the unlimiteds. We come over to eBay, we see it's at $8 now. We go to sold items, and we see selling out October 19th, October 22nd, $5, October 18th, 5 sold 6. Definitely a little bit of a bump. So it's just getting notoriety. It's not as if it's Simo's accomplishment or tech, obviously, but it is exposure from there, and that's where it drives up the price overall. And just a final reminder on this card, get rid of them if you don't got events around the corner. Soul Fusion Special Edition coming in hot. Is it Soul Fusion Special Edition? I know one of the special editions coming in hot very soon with this old. I'm pretty sure it's Soul Fusion Special Edition, but check me if I'm wrong in the comment section down below. And Summon Sorceress for you Europeans, so we should see future events actually be a lot crazier with Summon Sorceress for Europe, but I believe the YCS coming up doesn't have it for them, London, so should be crazy to see kind of a Sky Striker Thunder Dragon showdown perhaps over there more so than anything. Maybe some pendulums popping on up. But if you're not playing in an event around the corner, just your final reminder. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's Market Watch, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. And if you just enjoyed the discussion but have, you know, differing viewpoints on certain cards or reasons that I might have missed, put them in the comments down below. I'm always down for that discussion and seeing what you guys have to say. Thanks for watching, everybody.